Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen, and I am thrilled that you have found your way to me either for the first time or coming back. I'm super glad you're here. Now, getting straight to today's pick a card reading. I haven't done one of those in a very long time, but for some reason I felt called to do a monthly predictions kind of energy. So we are going to have a look at what kind of August 2021 you are going to be moving into, what you can expect, what you will be experiencing or encountering during the month of August, and just anything else that we can find out about what you are going to be experiencing in the near future. Now, the way that this works is that we're going to first look at the general energy of the month for you, and then we're going to get some more detailed information with some tarot cards regarding specific areas of your life. So we're going to look at work and finances, we're going to look at your relationships, and lastly, we're going to look at you yourself, anything that you should know about your state of being or your general well-being in the month of August. And then, of course, we're going to get some guidance, additional necessary information that Spirit deems that is crucial for you to know, all of that good stuff. So make sure to hang out until the end of the reading. There's going to be a lot of useful information to be had. But we have 4 piles, and basically you just have to go off of your hunch this time, without any gemstones or anything like that. So you just have to see and really tap into your intuition and figure out which pile you feel called to. Now, those are the piles, and as always, they start from the left and they move towards the right. So this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, and this is pile number 4. So I'm going to leave you here to relax, take a few deep breaths, tap into your intuition and see which pile you wish to watch. You can also pause the video if you need some more time to do that. And whenever you're ready, you can go into the description box as always, or you can also find the timestamps listed in the comment section. I will put those there as well. And as always, if you're interested in any of the decks that I'm using, you can also find those in the description box too. So yeah, take your time and I will see you guys in your pile whenever you're ready. Okay, pile number 1. Hello, welcome to your reading. I hope you are having an amazing day, afternoon, night, whatever it is that you are experiencing right now as you're watching this reading. But yeah, as you can see, we have quite a lot of cards to go through, so it's going to be probably a bit of a lengthy reading, so get ready for that. But just a couple of disclaimers before we get into the reading. So as always, this is still a general reading, okay? So please always use your intuition and your discernment as you're watching this reading, and only take on board the messages that you really want to take on board and that you feel that are right for you. And anything else that doesn't ring or sound true to you, you can just cast it aside, forget all about it, okay? So yeah, this is just like a little overview of the month, and of course you have free will, so you can do whatever you want to do, and yeah, it's all up to you really. I'm just the messenger. And the last thing I want to say is that if you are interested in getting a personal reading with me, you can still do that by going into the description box, and you'll be able to find my Etsy store link there. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with these 3 cards first, and we're going to see what is the general energy of August going to be like for you, just to give us a bit of an understanding. Okay, we're starting off with the 10 of air. We also have call or judgment, and we have the 7 of earth. Okay. So straight off the bat, I kind of feel like I'm getting a bit of a whiff of frustration for some reason. Pile number one, it might be something that you're feeling kind of already. It may be the energy that you are currently in and that you have been in maybe for a bit already. But it just feels like things are kind of moving rather slowly, or things are not really progressing as quickly as you would like them to progress. And I feel it's because there are some sort of like natural processes that are happening right now. And because of this call card over here with the Judgment, as it is in traditional tarot, being in the center of the cards here, I kind of feel like that sort of patience and faith and trust is really, really important. And I feel like it's something that is also going to carry you through the month of August as well. I feel like it's just going to ease things up for you to kind of take that mentality that you are going to be kind of rolling with the punches or going with the flow, rather than trying to forcefully speed some things up or make some things happen, and kind of, speed up the processes to see the results sooner. I feel like that is only going to bring more frustration for you. So yeah, it feels like kind of relaxing is the best course of action here. For some of you, it might actually be good news that things are kind of slowing down or moving more slowly in the month of August. Like if you have been rushing about a lot, if you have been moving through life in a very, very hectic pace, if there has been a lot going on and you've had to deal with a lot, then it might be actually a positive thing for you. You might be really looking forward to taking some time off. But generally, I don't know why, I'm getting kind of the sense that you would like things to kind of start happening or bringing some sort of results, bringing some sort of fruits of your labor. But yeah, it feels like there are still things that are kind of happening behind the veil, so to say, that there are still like particles moving and things are still kind of coming together. So again, the best thing to do is to kind of like prepare yourself to try to accept things as they are, especially if something is kind of taking longer, if something is not quite working out as you expected it to, if some sort of results are not really lining up with your vision or what you anticipated. Like those kinds of things, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier for you if you don't allow those to get your blood boiling, get you to worry and stress out and all those kinds of things. So yeah, again, this might be a bit of a bummer for some of you, that things seem to still be like kind of taking their time in August. It's probably going to be more of a slower month. But for those of you who have been really looking forward to taking it more easy, maybe some of you are like having your vacation days or holiday days as well, like time off work in August. So that might be something that you are like really looking forward to. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm feeling for the general energy of the month. But yeah, I do feel I want to emphasize that even though you may not be necessarily seeing a lot of results in the physical world, like around you, it's still happening, like progress is still happening and movement is still happening, kind of like on an energetic level, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's look into your more specific areas of life now. We have these 6 tarot cards here. So we're going to start off with your work and finances. Then we're going to look at your relationships, and finally we're going to look at what you need to know about yourself, your general well-being and state of being. So starting off, we have the Magician and Nine of Pentacles. So that's a really good start. We also have Death in reverse and Six of Pentacles. And finally, we have the Eight of Cups. Oh, and Judgment again. Okay, interesting. So I feel like kind of rushing ahead, but just because we have Judgment that we already slightly touched upon over here, I feel like your own internal monologue with yourself and how you deal with things internally, how you process them and how you decide to kind of react to them is going to play a very big role regarding how you perceive the month of August to be, like how enjoyable it's going to be for you. I feel like you have a lot of control over that. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so let's start with your work and finances over here. We have the Magician with the Nine of Pentacles. These two cards are very, very good cards to get in those sort of areas. So as I said, with this Nine of Pentacles, I feel that definitely for some of you, you are going to be like enjoying your vacation days, or just having this relaxing time off work in the month of August. For some of you, that's definitely the case. Just kind of enjoying this more like peaceful, quiet time where you don't have to like run around as much, and where you can just kind of be and enjoy life and just do whatever you do to feel relaxed and just kind of like enjoying life, really. But for those of you who are not taking any vacation days in the month of August, I just feel like it's going to be like, it's going to be one of those months where, as I said, I feel like you are possibly like doing a lot, or you're putting a lot of energy and your time and you're putting a lot of yourself into your work, into your craft, whatever it is. If you don't actually have a job, if you are in school, if you are studying, anything like that, then it just looks like you're going to be really dedicating yourself and really putting a lot of like care into your studies. But however this resonates, it does feel like you are going to be very much on top of your stuff. And generally, as I said, it feels like it's going to be more of a slow month. I don't feel like there are going to be very big surprises or anything like that, or very huge changes. So generally, I feel like for your finances and for your work, it's going to be a good month. It may just be that you kind of don't necessarily perceive it that way, simply because it may be that you would like to see more, you would like to have more, something like that. But honestly, I feel like things are actually really good. Things are stable. And whatever it is that you are doing regarding your work, regarding your craft, or regarding your studies, it seems to be kind of working out for you. It seems to be that whatever you are doing it well, and you are kind of on top of your stuff. So it's really, as I said, it's really positive energy, and you are kind of in a safe, secure space regarding that. Some of you may even be like your own boss, and you may be really enjoying your work or your the way your business is going in the month of August. It just feels kind of like nice and stable. But as I said, it feels like it's not going to be like a groundbreaking month, or there's not going to be too much like massive change when it comes to your work or your finances. It feels like it's just going to be kind of in a steady flow, and kind of holding a steady level, if that makes sense. I'm really struggling with words today, so I'm hoping that what I'm saying is making sense to you guys. But yeah, that's kind of what I feel for your work and finances. So it looks really, really nice. But as I said, I am getting this like internal frustration with you because you would like to see more and you would like to have more. You would like things to move along faster or produce like bigger results faster or something like that. But in truth, everything is going really, really nicely. Now, moving on to your relationships, the one thing I do want to say is that I kind of feel like there are some sort of issues or topics that you maybe haven't had time to really deal with or resolve. So there could be something in your personal relationships that kind of may come up in the month of August if you haven't had time to deal with it. Now, because we are talking about your relationships in a more broader sense, this doesn't have to mean just like your romantic relationships, your intimate relationships, but it's like relationships on all levels, right? So it could be with your co-workers, with your family members, with your friends, and with your significant other, if you have one. So yeah, just take which scenario resonates for you. But I do feel that there are some sort of maybe issues or some sort of thoughts, some sort of things that may be kind of lying dormant somewhere. And it may be a good time to kind of finally deal with them and put some issues or topics to bed, so they wouldn't take up room and space, unnecessarily. So you could just kind of work through whatever needs to be worked through, whatever needs to be said and kind of resolved, and then move on with your lives. Now, for those of you who are actually going to be taking a vacation or taking some time off work, and you'll be having more free time in the month of August, then I definitely feel like you are going to be spending more time with your loved ones. With the Six of Pentacles here, it feels like you're going to have more time, more energy to really, hang out with the people that you love, really put more of yourself, more of your time, more of your resources into your relationships. And I just feel like it's going to be like a really positive time in that sense. So I feel like there's a lot of potential in the month of August for you to kind of solidify, I want to say, the relationships in your life, and again, work through any issues if there are some that you haven't had time or you just haven't felt like dealing with. It's going to be a really good month to deal with anything like that, anything that may still be lingering in the air. Because for some reason I'm getting the sense that like the people around you are going to be maybe more understanding, more compassionate, more reasonable, I want to say. And it's just going to be easier to work through anything. So that's why I feel like it's going to be a really good time. But just in general, again, I feel like it's kind of like a positive energy, really. And it feels like your relationships are going to be kind of in a good place. And especially if there has been anything where you've felt kind of out of place in your relationships, then I feel like things are kind of like stabilizing or harmonizing or kind of smoothing over is kind of what I'm feeling. And this is maybe more of a specific message, but if any of you have really been struggling with something on your own and you've maybe felt like really isolated or really by yourself, or like you were kind of missing the human element, then I feel like there could be someone coming in. It might be a friend that you haven't talked to in a really long time, or like some sort of childhood acquaintance or someone you used to know back from school or something like that. But I feel like someone could be coming in to kind of help you out or offer you some company, something like that. I feel like someone could be approaching you, someone that you've known from your past, but that you maybe haven't necessarily been talking to too much. But I just feel like there is support around you during this time. So yeah, again, it's a really, really good month for like working on and improving your relationships. And if you miss having like more of a social life, or again, if your relationships have kind of been left on the back burner, if you feel kind of like solitary, isolated, lonely, then again, you may want to like reach out, because I feel like you may be surprised by like how your relationships could be, again, harmonizing, or how there may be like people coming in that will help you kind of get rid of that lonely, isolated feeling. So yeah, it's going to be a nice month for relationships. And finally, looking at you over here with the 8 of Cups and Judgment. The first thing I kind of want to say is that you could be kind of like coming to some sort of decision within yourself where you may feel like it's time to leave something behind, or it's time to like shake something up or change something. You may kind of feel like you're tired of doing something the way that you have been doing it. So there could be this like moment of like an aha moment for you, where you just like something suddenly becomes really, really clear and you kind of know what you want to do. But as I said, I feel like generally the way that the month of August is going to be for you is really going to depend on how you perceive it, or what kind of attitude you take towards it. For some reason with this Judgment, I almost want to say like rise above it. Yeah, I feel like, as I said, I feel this sense of like frustration, or some sort of like you're not quite happy with something. And I definitely feel that with the 8 of Cups here. But with this Judgment, I do feel inclined to say that like it's probably going to be, again, a lot easier for you, and a lot like you're going to be a lot happier if you kind of like zoom out a bit, if you try and look at the bigger picture instead of being really, really stuck on some sort of details or some sort of specifics that you were anticipating. And I also, for some reason, want to say that like try and avoid doing anything too impulsive out of, again, this like frustration or discontentment because something is like not moving as quickly as you would like it to. Just try and like manage those emotions, or again, as I said, rise above it, so that you wouldn't let yourself get carried away and do something that you may end up like regretting later or having second thoughts about. It just feels like you may be like experiencing some kind of like emotional turmoil, or something like you may be having a more emotional time internally, even though, as I said, I feel like everything around you is actually really, really good. It's stable, it's secure, it's things are kind of like progressing in a steady flow, and they're kind of moving along, but for some reason you are not quite happy with things the way that they are. So just, again, I feel like kind of zooming out of that picture, being too close to it, may make things a bit more difficult for you. And if you allow yourself to kind of, again, raise above your feelings, raise above those impulses that you may be feeling, you may get some like really, really deeply needed clarity. So yeah, it feels like your emotions are kind of going to be ruling you in the month of August a bit, so just be mindful of that. And again, keep an eye on what your emotions actually make you do, right? So don't do anything rash is kind of what I feel like saying here, and just keep an eye on how you're feeling. Yeah, those are kind of the messages that I'm getting when it comes to like these specific areas of life for you. So generally, I actually feel like August is going to be a really nice month for you. It feels like it's actually really kind of like solid, really solid. But the only thing that may be kind of tripping you up is your own like frustration or impatience or like worry, stress, that kind of thing. So that's just something for you to think about, okay? But let's see what last kind of important messages Spirit has for you regarding the month of August. Okay, we are starting out with the Elixir of Life. Ooh. We also have Saraswati. I'm gonna get all the cards out first. Okay, we have Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. We also have Winter Solstice Reflection and Harvest Moon Fruition. Not surprised to see this one here. And we have Message. And the last card out is the House. Okay. So, I love seeing the House card here because it kind of confirms the message of like safety and stability, which, as I said, I feel like you are actually in a very solid space. But it could feel different to you. You may see the situation in a different light. So yeah, with the reflection, I definitely feel that. So again, I don't know why I keep wanting to say like, try and get a really like full picture rather than just focusing on like what you feel is not going right or what you feel is not going the way you would like it to. Yeah, I feel like this reflection card is actually really meaningful here because, again, I actually feel like, well, actually all of those cards really are, in this context, I feel like talking about very, very positive things. I mean, with fruition, it's almost like it doesn't really need all that much explaining because, as I said, I feel like things are actually coming into fruition. Things are actually being, finalized. Things are progressing, but I just feel like it's something like that you are not able to perceive very evidently around you. It's something that is kind of more so happening on an energetic level, as I already said, and so I feel like this element of faith and trust that I started the reading out with is what this Bobcat Spirit over here is talking about as well. It's really important to, like, again, zoom out so you wouldn't let your perception kind of fool you, because it does feel like things are not kind of as they seem, and they may seem way like worse for you than they actually are. Because even with the Saraswati, this is like talking about creativity. It's talking about like creative expression and this creative flow. And so again, I feel that there is this energy of like things actually coming into life, things actually moving along, and there is stuff happening, but you just kind of have to be patient with it. And maybe like try and find the joy in things, right? Try and find what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel grateful, what makes you feel joyous. And I know it's a bit of a cliche message, this message of like, be grateful and be happy and like try and find the good things in life, right? But again, I just feel like it's something that is going to help you get through the month of August feeling a lot better than you would if you allowed yourself to get carried away by those frustrations. Because again, things are absolutely terrific and things are going smoothly, things are moving and progressing, and there is just kind of trust and faith that is needed on your part. Now, finally, with this message card, I do feel like communication is going to be very important. So like, first and foremost, because I've spent quite a lot of time talking about like your own perception and your own feelings and like allowing those frustrations to get to you, right? I feel like the way that you talk to yourself is going to be super important in the month of August. So definitely pay attention to that. And if you feel yourself like you're in a dialogue or in a monologue, however you want to label it, as soon as you see it becoming more like negative and maybe spiraling into this state where you feel that things are not working out and things are really like crappy or really slow, like allowing yourself to get into a negative spiral like that, I feel like it's going to be very helpful to you to kind of check yourself in those moments and maybe try and rein in those thoughts so that you wouldn't like spiral out into a really, really dark space. But again, I also feel like when it comes to relationships with others, it's a really good time to, like, as I said, work things out and really clear up the air if there have been some sort of issues or some things that have been left unsaid. But yeah, that's it, pile number one. I'm gonna leave you here. I don't want to drag this reading out and just start saying the same things over and over. But yeah, it truly does feel like August is going to be a solid, very good month for you. And it's going to be an even better month for you if you decide to see it that way. But yeah, that is it. Those are the messages that I have for you. And I truly hope that you got something useful from this reading, that you enjoyed this reading, and that you had fun hanging out with me. If you haven't done that already, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comment section, or leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. I would love to hear from you. But in the meantime, please take care of yourselves. I hope that you are going to have an awesome August, and I truly wish to see you guys very, very soon in one of my next readings. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number two. So this is your reading. I hope you're all doing really, really well and that you are having an amazing day, night, morning, whatever it is that you're having. Now, just a couple of things before we get into this huge bunch of cards. First things first, this is still a general reading, okay? So please use your discernment and your intuition as you're watching this. Nothing I say is gospel, so always trust yourself. And if something feels like it's not really for you, it's not really resonating with your life and what you feel is true for you, then it probably isn't, and you don't have to take it on board, okay? So always trust how you are feeling when you are listening to these kinds of readings. And another thing to remember is that you have free will. So if anything that I say in this reading like sounds like something you really don't like to hear, or you don't like the sound of that, you don't have to again accept it as like end all be all. You have the power to change things, act differently, you know? So yeah, those are just a couple of things to remember. You are in control here. But yeah, if you do want a personal reading with me, you want something more in alignment with your true circumstances with your life, then you can go into the description box and check out my Etsy store link. You'll be able to find it there and book a reading with me if you are interested. But yeah, that's it. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with some cards to give us an understanding into the general energy of the month of August. What is the month going to be like generally? Okay, we're starting off with the Four of Air. We also have Hermit. Oh, and the Page of Fire, or the Page of Wands. And this is the Four of Swords in traditional tarot. Okay, let me kind of see. Hopefully these are, yeah, kind of straight. Okay. So I kind of feel like you're getting ready for something, pile number 2. I'm getting the feeling that August is going to be like a preparatory month. I don't know whether that's a word, but you know, you're preparing for something, you're getting ready for something. You're setting things up. And I feel like it's more so going to be like on a mental level. It's like you're thinking things through, you're creating a plan, you're envisioning things. But there may possibly not be that much action just yet, because I just feel like you're kind of still figuring some things out. For some of you, you are definitely taking some minor steps too, to start working towards something in a more realistic sense or in a more practical sense. But yeah, it feels like it's more so happening kind of in your head. Yeah, like you're trying to still figure things out and see how something could be, how something could potentially work out, what you would need to do to get the kind of result that you are ultimately after, like all those kinds of things. So honestly, I kind of feel like August is going to be like a me, myself, and I kind of month for you. Now, if you are dying for some sort of like social energy, or if you feel like you've been by yourself a lot and you really want some kind of like human interaction, or more so like being in a group or something like that, then you may kind of need to kind of go out and get it. And it might actually be something that you're still doing as well, but because we're looking at the general energy, it feels like your main focus is going to be on something like some sort of a deeper goal of yours, or a deeper vision of yours, something that you really want to do. But it feels like, as I said, it feels like you're still coming up with like ways of actually doing that, whatever that is. And for some of you, it could be that you are not actually sure what it is that you want to do, but you feel this like pull that you need to start something new, or try something out that you haven't tried out before, or change your course, change your path, change your approach regarding something. It just feels like you're kind of considering some things. And again, as I said, it feels very much like it's all around you and your life in the future, your future perspective. Yeah. So that's kind of the general energy that I feel for you in the month of August. It's as I said, it's going to be more like targeted at your deeper thoughts or your deeper inklings, like something like that. I know that I was talking about like those of you who may be being kind of tired of like being by yourself, and you may be looking for some sort of like outside influence as well. But I definitely feel that for some of you, it's kind of like the opposite. So for some of you, it could even be that if like there are a lot of like people in your life, or if you are someone who has to deal with a lot of people and you constantly have to be very social and you don't have that much time to spend on yourself, then I feel like it could even be the kind of month for you where if someone like does reach out to you, or if there are people who are trying to like get you to spend time with them, or if they want something from you, they like want a piece of your energy, then I feel like you may actually kind of not shut them down, but you know, maybe not be as open to it, or not as like enthusiastic about it. You may kind of pull away, or even like let them know that you are not quote unquote available or that you kind of that you're occupied, or you need to do something, or something like that. So some of you could actually be turning people away because you really need this time to kind of be by yourself and work some things out on your own. So that's kind of the general energy that I'm feeling for you this month. But let's look at some more details when it comes to like specific areas of your life. So as I said, we're starting off with work and finances. We're then going to look at your relationships. They don't have to be romantic. They're going to be more broadly your relationships. And lastly, we're going to look at what you need to know about yourself, or your general state of being. So let's see. Okay, we're starting off with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, with the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. And the 5 of Wands in reverse. And it's just funny to me because with this 8 of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of a very concrete confirmation that some of you are definitely going to be letting people know that you are just, that you really don't have that much time for them, or that you are not available, as I already said. And lastly, we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So the thing I want to start out first, because it kind of hit me straight away when I saw this 10 of Cups come out in reverse. I feel like the introspection thing, this like you figuring things out and setting up some kind of plan internally, it feels like it could have to do with like your career, or your like vocation, or like your studies, however this resonates. But it does seem like whatever you're doing right now, it either feels like you've been doing it for such a long time already that it doesn't really like give you the kind of satisfaction that it used to. It's kind of lost its flair. Or for some of you, it could be that you just realize that whatever it is that you were doing, that it doesn't actually make you happy, that it's not exactly what you expected it to be, or what you hoped for it to be. Especially if it's something that you kind of recently started out, or if it's something that you quite recently got into. Again, it could be like an area of study, or it could be some kind of job, some kind of project. But it just feels like whatever it is that you're doing, or that you have been doing, it doesn't seem to quite do it for you. It doesn't seem to like really click for you, or interest you all that much, or give you this sort of like stimulation that you would like to have. So I feel like that's the general energy that I was talking about before. It feels very much connected to your work situation, your career, or your studies. Now, because we're not just talking about work, right? We're also talking about finances. And I do have to say kind of what I see from the cards here. And I'm kind of getting the sense that maybe your financial situation is, again, not what you would like it to be. And it could be that in August, you could really be feeling like you don't have enough, or you really have to be more creative, more smart about like making ends meet. That could also like be part of the reason why you may be kind of like turning people away. If someone is, if you have like friends who are asking you to come out with them, or I don't know, if someone is like asking you on some sort of like social outing, then it could be that like your finances or your monetary situation is something that is also affecting this like feeling or desire within you to kind of turn people away or not really, as I said, be as available to them as you maybe have been. Yeah, I know that it's like probably sucky to hear, but I do feel like your finances are something that is going to kind of be a bit of a downer for you. But for some reason, I feel like it's not something new. So I don't know, it feels like it's something that you are already experiencing, and that's why you are kind of trying to figure out a new way of like making money, or finding something that would, as I said, be more in alignment with you, something that would resonate with you more deeply. And for some of you, it could be that there is like an unexpected expense that comes in the month of August, but because it's the Page of Pentacles, I feel like it's small. I feel like it's not going to be anything too big and anything like too worrisome. But yeah, that could be a thing for some of you. But mainly because of this Ten of Cups, that's the thing that like draws my attention in the most. So I feel like this dissatisfaction is more like on an emotional level. And again, it feels like it's more so to do with like your work or your career path or your studies on a broader level. So this energy, these cards over here, don't feel as much connected to your actual like financial state. They more so feel connected to how you feel about, again, your work, your career, or your studies. So yeah, it seems that that's kind of the area that is most highlighted for you in the month of August, and that you seem to be kind of figuring out, wrapping your head around, and putting a lot of like mental energy into. So yeah, moving on to the relationships section here, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse with the Five of Wands in reverse. So as I said, it definitely feels like when it comes to your relationships with other people, things may be slowing down because you just don't have that much time and energy to spend on other people. And that's kind of why I feel that these cards are coming out in reverse, because you just don't have that much time for them. Your focus is completely elsewhere. As I said before, it feels like a me, myself, and I kind of month, and it doesn't mean that you are being selfish by any means. I don't want you to get the wrong impression about that. It just feels like you are taking some much needed time for yourself, because it's like, it seems that there needs to be some sort of change, or there needs to be some sort of like working around some things, or working out some things that are not quite the way that you would like them to be. And again, more strongly, I feel that it has something to do with your like career outlet. But I do feel like I kind of want to prepare you that when it comes to your relationships, there could be some people who maybe are not going to take your, how should I say it? There may be some people who are not going to be taking it too well, that you are really not that available to them this month. And I just want you to know that if there is someone who is like not respecting your need to kind of stay in and deal with whatever you need to deal with, then I feel like they are not really the best friends for you in any case. And their reaction definitely says more about them than it does about you. So yeah, I just feel with this Five of Wands in reverse over here that there could be someone who, or possibly even like several people who maybe don't quite understand why you need this time for yourself, or they don't really understand where you're coming from. But yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like I don't have that much to say about the relationships aspect, because as I said, it feels like you're going to be kind of a bit more distanced from other people. because there is just so much else that is going on in your mind, and there is so much on your plate that you are dealing with. So there is just not that much time and energy for your relationships. But it's, as I said, we're just looking at the month of August, right? So it's just temporary, and I feel like things are going to be picking up again after you've managed to go through this period that you need to go through. But yeah, that relationships aspect seems to be kind of on a back burner in the month of August. And finally, we have this Three of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands in reverse when it comes to yourself. So I love seeing this Ten of Wands in reverse because, as I said, it feels like you are working through some things to make your life more easy for yourself, to actually sort out like anything that doesn't truly deserve to be in your life anymore, that doesn't deserve as much attention as you have been giving it possibly. So I feel like there is it does feel like the main emphasis in the month of August is going to be on yourself, and you working towards making your life more enjoyable, more efficient. And I feel like you're going to be doing a really good job with that, with this Three of Pentacles. I feel like it's actually going to I feel like you're going to succeed. It feels like you're going to succeed. But yeah, for some reason, the word like efficiency, it keeps coming up, especially with this Three of Pentacles. It feels like you're going to be working through a lot of like unnecessary stuff, or figuring out what are the unnecessary things in your life that you could get rid of, and that would open up some time, open up some energetic space in your life. So yeah, it just, again, it feels like you are doing some sort of like introspection and almost like I almost want to say renovating, which sounds super bizarre, I know, but I feel like you're doing this like renovating on your life, or you're like refurbishing, or I don't know what the best words to use are, but it feels like you are truly working on making your life better and just more of what you want it to be, really. And again, long term, Three of Pentacles is like working towards something that would be stable and that would have a solid foundation in the future as well. So yeah, I really, really like this energy for you. It's, again, it's very much focused around you, but I feel like it's very necessary to be that way. Because maybe you have been giving too much of your focus and your time and energy to other people and neglecting your own needs, neglecting the issues that have been kind of raising their head internally, but maybe you just haven't, had the time, or you haven't felt like dealing with them, and you've kind of just been like brushing them aside. But I feel like in the month of August, it's going to be all about you. So yeah, it's a really, really good energy in that sense. Definitely feels very necessary. But let's see what kind of last messages we have for you. And I totally messed up the cards, as I tend to do always. But let's see what kind of last messages we have for you. Oh my goodness, we have Protective Nest coming out first. Yeah, I definitely feel like you are going to be more protective of your energy than you have been, because you kind of need to shelter yourself. You need to conserve your energy to be able to really focus on these like deeper issues. And I'm saying it because of the Hermit in the middle here, which is a major arcana card, and it does have a lot of weight to it. So I really, really feel this like pull and the depth of the theme of the month for you. So this, I feel, is super apt, this Protective Nest here. But let's see, what else do we have? Okay, this is so funny. We also have Master. I apologize if I am butchering anything or saying anything super wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, let's get all the cards out. We also have Peacock Spirit. Let it shine. I love that for you. Okay. Oh, we also have Mountain Strength. I love this. This is too perfect. And we have self-love. Okay, we also have adjudication. And last but not the least, we have letter. Okay. Okay. So the one thing I want to kind of start off with first is like this section over here, because we have two cards that are kind of focused on the heart space and that are touching upon love. I kind of want to say that, especially with this Peacock Spirit, if you have been holding back on like how you truly feel, and if you have been maybe again pushing your own feelings aside for the sake of someone else or for the sake of other people, then I feel like it's going to be like, it's one of the themes that is going to be super emphasized for you in the month of August is like actually saying what you truly mean, what you truly feel, and what you truly want. I feel like authentically expressing your feelings and again making yourself heard as to what it is that you want is going to be very important here. And I kind of find it funny that we are also getting the this letter oracle card here, because it's all about communication. And I feel more strongly that this is more about like your self-expression rather than actually having like a dialogue or like a back and forth with someone. It more so feels like there is a very important or a very strong need for you to like express yourself and stand for what it is that is truly in your heart, what it is that you truly feel like you need to do. And it does seem to all be revolving around your self-love. This is like you taking care of yourself. And that's why I wanted to emphasize earlier that this is not about being selfish. This has nothing to do with selfishness whatsoever. This has got to do with you looking after yourself and you giving yourself the kind of care, attention, and love that you deserve and that you need. So I really love that this emphasis is coming out over here, because it is very, very important. And I love that we have this Master here, because I feel like what this is saying is that you are truly like standing up for yourself. You are truly like bringing about some sort of radical change that is like, again, more authentic and more truthful to you. So whatever the things are that you are working out, that you are trying to like formulate and put into some sort of plan for yourself and for your future, I feel like it's kind of like one of the very important beginning steps or initial steps to you completely transforming your life and kind of taking the power back. It's really, really empowering. It feels very empowering. And as I said, it feels super necessary. It almost feels like it's something that you maybe have been putting off and trying to almost like avoid or not deal with. But it feels like in the month of August, it's like something shifts or something changes, and it feels like whatever it is that you are feeling inside is kind of becoming so strong that you can't really deny it anymore. And the things that you are starting to put into place and maybe even the baby steps that you start taking towards kind of your quote unquote new life, or whatever this like new avenue for yourself would be that you would feel more content with or more fulfilled in, it's actually going to lead to some really big changes down the line for you. So in a way, I feel like this, with this mountain strength card, I feel like you are kind of overcoming some things within yourself, overcoming some sort of like blocks or barriers that you've been facing and that you maybe haven't dared take on before. Because let's be honest, it is super scary to like sit yourself down and really think about like what are the things in your life that are not actually making you happy and how you could change that. Because it's just so much easier to, you know, to just accept and to settle for what is, and deal with it by like looking for ways to make yourself feel better in the moment, you know, helping yourself kind of escape the reality of your life, and like figuring out other very short-term ways of like dealing with your life and dealing with the unhappiness that you may be experiencing on deeper levels. It's a lot easier to do that, as we all know. It's a lot easier to do that. But in the long term, that doesn't help, right? Because we're still in the same situation and we're still unhappy and we are still not dealing with the real issue. And I feel like August is the month where you start dealing with the real issue. And as I said, it's such a powerful thing. So I feel like you should be really proud of yourself, like really, really proud of yourself. Because it is a big feat that you are doing. And I also feel like this card is kind of like a bit of a confirmation or a bit of reassurance from spirit, saying that, you know, you have the strength within you. You have it within you to do this, to work out what kind of life you want to have and what kind of changes you feel that you need to make in your life. And with this judication, I kind of feel like it's another confirmation that, first of all, it is something to do with like your career, your work path, that you are mainly like trying to change or figure out. But it's also kind of referring to this journey of you like starting to go through a process of like changing your life. And it is going to be a process. It is going to be like taking one little step at a time. But again, I feel like you are starting something really big. So I almost feel like this section over here is kind of the is talking about the massiveness of what it is that you are doing, and kind of the weight of what you are doing and the impact that it is going to have on your life. And this side is talking about like more of this gentle aspect of like what you are doing it for, of like reminding yourself of why you are working things out, why you are deciding to make these changes in your life, why they are important. So again, I feel like this protective nest is like super crucial. It is going to be crucial for you to really like protect and safeguard your energy, because it could be super easy for you to get distracted. Especially, I feel like other people may really want to distract you. So yeah, the more you can kind of keep your eye on the prize, so to say, and focus on like what you feel that you need to do and really sticking with it, I feel like the more like happy, the more kind of fulfilled you are going to feel, the more empowered you are going to feel, and the more in control you're going to feel. But yeah, honestly, I feel like August is actually going to be such a powerful month for you, like this, almost like this invisible milestone of a month for you. And I say invisible because it's like you are beginning something very, very strong and very important, but it may not feel like that to you in the moment as you're doing it, because you're just kind of starting out. But it's like, as I said, it's like you're building this very, very important foundation for your future, and it all starts in August. So yeah, super, super important month coming up for you, and I am so excited for what you're going to be doing down the line after August, and where your life is going to go. But yeah, thank you so much for pile number 2 for hanging out with me. I hope that this gave you something to think about. It was useful. I know that it wasn't like talking about too much of like the actual things happening on a material realm, but it just feels, honestly, the whole energy feels so much like revolving around you and your kind of internal world, more so than anything outside of you. So yeah, I hope that it kind of gave you some insight as to why you should really trust that feeling and go with the flow when it comes to that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you so much for watching this reading, pile number 2. If this resonated, or if this gave you something helpful to consider or think about, I would love it if you let me know by leaving me a comment in the comment section, or giving me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so that we could hang out in the future too. I wish you an incredible August, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon in my next reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. So this is your reading. I hope that you're all doing really well and having a great day, morning, afternoon, night, or whatever it is that you are having. Now, as you can see, we have a bunch of cards to go through. But before we get into the cards, a couple of things I just want to remind you quickly. First of all, this is a general reading, okay? So please only take the messages that truly resonate for you and that you feel talk to you and your current circumstances. And if you feel that something is not really resonating for you, then you don't have to accept it. You don't have to take it on board, okay? And if anything I say during this reading that you don't like the sound of, you don't have to accept it. You can change things if you want to, because you have free will, okay? So I'm just a messenger, and the whole power lies within you. But if you are interested in getting a personal reading with me, you can do that by going into the description box and clicking on the link to my Etsy store there and booking a reading with me. So that's an option as well if you are interested. But yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, we are going to have a look at what kind of month August is going to be more generally. And yeah, let's see what we are going to be dealing with. Okay, we're starting off with the Page of Air. We also have the King of Fire. Oh, and the Six of Air. Very, it's funny how this fiery energy is bookended by all of this air energy. Okay, I'm trying to get it centered. So for some reason, I feel like I want to say that August is going to bring some sort of relief for you guys, pile number 3. It feels like things are going to be kind of moving towards more stable, more smooth way of being. Now, because of this King of Fire in the middle, it could be that you yourself are a fire sign. This could be talking about you. So you could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but you don't have to be, just in case those signs resonate for you in some way. or you could have a lot of fire in your chart. So the first kind of inkling that I get is that this King of Fire is talking about you. And I'm kind of getting the sense that it's like you have an inspired idea of some sort, or almost like an epiphany. Yeah, it feels like there is some sort of like epiphany or clarity, or just like something kind of shifts into place for you. Something starts making sense, and it's like you start seeing like what things are going to be like, or how things could be, and what you should do to get to where you want to go. But it's kind of like, it actually reminds me of, I think it was in pile 2. I might be mistaken. But in one of the previous piles, it was kind of a similar thing. I feel like it's still very much on like the thought level, because we have all this air here. So I feel like something is being ignited in you. Something is being like made really clear and very vivid for you, but at the same time, it's like things are not kind of moving in a very quick pace just yet. It's more so that like you start piecing the things together for yourself. If this King of Fire is not talking about you yourself, it could be that another person is going to play a very crucial role in August for you. Someone who may have like very clear ideas and beliefs and values, and they kind of stand by them very strongly. It could be that they sort of play a very important role by wanting to kind of move things along with you, or have some sort of like progress, or bring about change. But it definitely feels like, regardless of whether this King of Fire is talking about you or someone else in your life, it kind of feels like August is going to be like the month of getting clarity, the month of coming up with a plan of some sort, or a goal of some sort. But it's going to be mainly in your head. It's going to be like this envisioning process, rather than actually like moving a lot, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like August is going to be one where, like one of those months where a lot is happening, but you may not feel like a lot is happening. And it's actually kind of funny, because it's kind of a theme that has been coming up in the previous piles too. So it's like, it almost feels like things are not really, progressing in any way, or it feels like it's kind of just like rolling along in a very, very slow pace. But truly, I feel like the majority of the movement and progress is just happening on like a metaphysical level, or, it's like people are thinking about things and kind of setting things in motion, or starting things, initiating things on like a plan level. Things are being kind of set in place before any kind of specific action is taken, So I feel like that's kind of what August is. For a lot of people, at least that's the theme that has been coming through. So yeah, it might be that you are going to be in your head quite a lot in August, and it's kind of feels like a month where like there may be a lot of discussions, or there may be a lot of communication with other people, and just as I said, like making plans, figuring things out, working things out, and seeing how something could be done. So yeah, it's actually really, really good if you've been feeling kind of like confused, or like you're not exactly sure what you should be doing, or in which direction you should be moving, like that kind of thing. So as I said, August feels like it's going to be kind of like a relief for you in a way, because it offers a sense of clarity, or a sense of like purpose or destination that you kind of want to start moving towards. But that's kind of the general feel of the month. And now we are going to look into the actual specific areas of life for you. So we're going to look at your work and finances, your relationships, and then you yourself, what you should know about your general state of being. Okay, we're starting out with the Tower. Interesting. And Justice in reverse. Two major arcana straight off the bat. Okay, we also have the Nine of Wands. Ooh, and the Ace of Cups. And we have the Star in reverse with the Sun. Okay, you're getting some really interesting cards, I do have to say. Yeah, definitely some interesting cards coming through. Okay, so the first thing I want to say, and I don't want you to get like totally freaked out about the Tower being here in your work and finances department, because the Tower is not always like a bad thing. It just talks about something unexpected, something sudden, right? Something that you're not able to foresee, that you're not able to predict. So it could be that there are going to be some sort of changes, some sort of very unexpected surprises coming up for you. Also, I feel like it's in your work, in your, like, whatever you do for a living, in your work or career path. And if you are not actually working, if you're still in school, if you're studying, it could be talking about like your studies as well. But I just feel like something unexpected is going to come up for you that may kind of like push you off balance for a bit. It may kind of make you reconsider some things, or just push you in this space where you need to like really think things through. And as I said, put together like this plan for how you're going to be moving forward from this. So it actually makes a lot of sense that all of this like planning and this like mental space energy that was coming through with these air element cards here, it makes sense that that's such a huge theme of the month for you. There could be some like unexpected expenses that come up for you that you need to kind of deal with, and they may be a bit of a downer, or they may be something that you're not exactly happy about, because let's be honest, who really is ever happy about unexpected expenses? But again, because of this, like I feel like the air energy that is coming through so strongly in this reading is actually such, again, I'm gonna keep using the word relief. It's such a relief that it's here, because it feels like you actually have all the tools you need to figure your way out of the unexpected situations that may be coming up for you. And as I said, it's like you're able to deal with them. You're able to find a way out or a solution to them. There is a sense of clarity here. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about this, but it is definitely going to be kind of a shakeup for you. Now, I feel like I do have to say this because that's kind of what I am feeling. It's definitely not going to be true for all of you. Definitely not. But I feel like for some of you, this Tower card could relate to that there may be some sort of like negative news coming from your job or from your workplace. Either they are going to have to like downsize, they're going to have to let some people go. For some, it could be that the actual company that you're working for is going like bankrupt or something, but that feels like rather extreme, I have to say. That feels more so extreme. It just feels that there could be some sort of like negative news or a very sudden shakeup again coming from your place of employment. But if that's the case, if this message resonates for you in a way that like you are let go from your job, or something like that happens with your job, that you're like unable to keep your place of employment, then I feel like because of those major arcanas coming out here, it feels like a bigger thing. It feels like a bigger plan for you, because it's kind of funny that the work area has these two major arcanas, and then your own, like this section that is talking about you, is filled with these major arcanas too. And I mean, you have the sun upright, so it almost feels like if you are being let go from your job, then it's so that you could actually turn your focus on something that is more so your actual calling in life, something that you would enjoy a lot more than whatever it is that you have been doing now. Yeah, it feels like whatever this is actually a blessing, even if it feels like a shakeup, or you know, something that is kind of difficult to stomach at first. If it feels, you know, like a bit of a shock, then I do feel like, again, because of all of this energy that I feel more broadly for the month of August, it feels like you are going to actually be directed to like a bigger sense of purpose, which is funny that that was coming through before, because it kind of coincides with this message over here, with possibly some bigger changes coming in when it comes to your work or your career path. So it's probably not going to be very pleasant when you receive this news or when the shakeup happens, but I feel like ultimately it is going to be a blessing in whatever form this takes. And again, I don't want you guys to like freak out, because it's not going to be that all of you are going to be let go from your jobs. It's going to obviously manifest in different ways for you guys, and it's just a surprise, really. It's just something unexpected, and something that like pushes you off balance for a bit. But again, I feel like you are going to kind of snap out of it really quickly, and find your footing again, start generating some new ideas, and it is going to actually direct you more towards what you truly want to do. And I love that this heart is being like illuminated on this King of Fire, because I feel like it's actually going to spark up this place within you that is going to lead you to something much more happy and something much more abundant. But now, moving on to your relationships section. Wow, that was so difficult to say. We are talking about all sorts of relationships. So this is not just purely like romantic, but I can't really deny this Ace of Cups that is over here, especially with the King of Fire, because as I said, for some of you, it could be talking about like another person as well. So as I was saying before, I feel like for some of you, there is definitely going to be someone who is going to come forward to kind of talk to you, and who wants to like progress things with you, who wants to move things along, who wants to possibly take things to a new level with you. It's almost like someone is going to be revealing how they truly feel about you. Yeah, it may kind of come as a surprise as well to some of you, but for others of you, I feel like you kind of already knew, or you guessed, or you had an inkling, but maybe that person just wasn't saying it out loud, and they weren't really wanting to admit it. But I feel like, I definitely feel like vulnerability is going to be a big keyword for you in August. And this does feel more like romantic, I do have to say, because of this King of Fire. I feel like it's more romantic. But if this is not talking about like a romantic relationship, then just more broadly speaking, I feel like in the month of August, as I said, communication with other people is going to be probably a really big theme because of all this air energy. But it just looks like it's more of an emotionally supportive time. You know, especially if you are experiencing some sort of like shocks or shakeups in your work or financial department, then I feel like you are going to have some really authentic, sincere, loving energy around you to kind of help you through that, and to offer you support in that. So yeah, regardless of whether this energy is going to take the form of like romantic expression of feelings and emotions, or whether this is simply talking about like your relationships being very honest and very like emotionally supportive, very loving and caring, it just feels like it's a really kind of sweet energy and a really sweet time for your relationships. So yeah, I feel like you're going to really enjoy the people in your life during the month of August, and they are really going to appreciate that you are a part of their lives too. So it's just very, very sweet and authentic energy, and probably filled with a lot of vulnerability. So don't be surprised if someone, or maybe even some people in plural, are going to be revealing some things to you or sharing some sort of more personal information about them that maybe you weren't expecting, you know? It could be like the vulnerable aspect could be coming from people who tend to be usually either like more closed off, more reserved, and more like secretive in that department. But I feel like you could be getting some really interesting revelations from people you don't even expect. But yeah, for some of you, it's definitely going to be romantic, and someone is going to kind of tell you how they truly feel about you. So I feel like if it is something that you are interested in, and especially if you already know who this person is, then I feel like things could really kind of start moving towards a new level in the month of August, if that's something that you want, of course. And then finally we have the star in reverse and the sun for your general state of being. Again, I feel like with the star being here, I almost feel like there could be something that, as I said, I feel like those two things are very much connected here. So I feel like this shakeup is going to shake you up clearly at the beginning. So I feel like that's why the star is coming out in reverse, because it's like it may feel like you are kind of lost, or you're not exactly sure what to do. But I feel like it's in the bigger scheme of things, you're going to be able to find the clarity that you need. You're going to be able to kind of see why this thing happened, or why it's actually a good thing that this happened. So yeah, it feels like, because the sun is just, it's the most happy card in tarot. So it feels like whatever sort of like uncertainties or feelings of being lost and kind of not sure of like how to move forward, whatever kind of hiccups like that you may be experiencing, ultimately I feel like you are going to be coming out of this on top, like in a very, very positive place. So I feel like August is actually going to be really, really good for you. I also feel inclined to say, even though I don't usually like want to talk about health things or health topics, because I'm not medically trained in any way, but if you have been kind of struggling with your health, or if there has been something that has been troubling you, then I feel like in the month of August, things are going to be kind of turning towards the better. And you may find some sort of like remedy for an ailment that you have, or there could be some sort of like recovery that is kind of coming to an end, or you start actually feeling more like your old self before this thing happened, whatever this was for you. So it just feels like you're going to have just more joy, more enthusiasm, more energy in August. So it's yeah, it actually feels really, really nice. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm feeling for you when it comes to these specific areas of life. So just generally speaking, I feel like actually August is going to be a big month for you, even though, as I said, I feel like there is not going to be too much like action happening. It's more so going to be like these little things that start the ball rolling. And I feel like it's all kind of happening so that you could move towards something that you truly, truly want. And there's just going to be a lot of movement on the mental level, a lot of movement when it comes to like communication and talking to other people. But yeah, I feel like the reason why things are actually like not happening or progressing in a super fast pace in the physical sense, it's because of all of these divine energies that are here, and it just takes time for like these bigger plans to be put in motion. And I feel like it's kind of in the planning stages right now. That's what August is going to be about mainly, this month of like planning things and putting things in place so that bigger changes could happen in your life. So yeah, it's actually really, really nice. And I do hope that this section did not freak you out too much. And that, you know, if something does happen that you are not necessarily ready for, or you may feel that you're not ready for it, then I hope that the knowing that it's happening according to like a bigger divine blueprint, and that it's happening for you so that you could actually progress towards, you know, like a more aligned place, or a more aligned destination for you. I hope that offers you some sort of consolation. But let's see what the last messages are from these oracle cards. What else do you need to know about the month of August, and if there is any advice for you? Okay, wow, yeah, this is the perfect card. We have Abracadabra. This to me, like this card, it kind of always feels like there is magic happening behind the veil. There is magic happening in the ethers. And again, it's like the stars are being arranged in the sky, and it's not something that you can necessarily be a part of and really like see, really witness. And so that's why I feel like it's more so going to happen in your head. Like the main progress for you is going to happen in your head. And in your heart as well, because let's be fair, it's in the center of the reading here. But I'm not surprised that the magic card, that's what I like to call it, the magic card, is coming out with all of these major arcanas here. Okay, we also have Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I feel like things are going to be like kind of opening up for you. Your horizons are going to be opening up for you. Oh, we also have Ahimsa. I'm so sorry if I am not pronouncing something in the right way. I may be completely butchering this. But yeah, I feel like you're going to see what all of this was necessary for. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of appreciation for the shakeup. And also because before we put the other cards out, I just want to say what I'm kind of feeling. And I'm feeling that it's almost like August is going to be quite an important month in like both of these super important aspects of your life. Actually, all of these important aspects of your life. I feel like there is something that is going to be kind of like groundbreaking stuff that is happening within your like career path. There is something very important that is starting to like unravel in your relationships area, especially if you're looking for like romantic love. And I feel like that could be like the beginning of something very important as well. And then like you yourself, what you want to do, and like your general well-being, I feel like that is going to be kind of like improving as well. And again, you are becoming more aligned. So I feel like I feel like there is this like general appreciation of everything that is happening. But let's see, what else do we have? Okay, we also have crystals focus. Yeah, you're definitely going to need to have a lot of mental focus here. And assessing. Wow. Yeah, not surprising. I just find it funny that we have so much mental energy here, because it's exactly it's exactly what is coming through here as well. Ooh, we have high honor. Interesting. And we have the bear. Yeah, so I don't know, I almost feel like I don't really even have to talk about these too much, because it's all kind of already correlating, and it's just reaffirming everything that we've already been talking about. But I kind of feel like with this high honor, it's really interesting, but I'm kind of getting the sense that you may be receiving, as I said, you may be receiving like some sort of message from someone, or someone could be revealing how they truly feel about you. So I feel like someone actually really appreciates you or thinks really highly of you. And so you could be getting some sort of like recognition or admiration from someone, or just, again, I feel like this high honor is more so talking about the relationship aspect that we were going over before. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like maybe even like completely surprises you with like how they truly feel about you and how they truly see you. So I really like seeing that here. Because as I said, I feel like relationships are going to be like really nice for you in the month of August. But with this bear card here, I kind of feel like this is just talking about you and your inner strength. You kind of, again, taking ownership and taking control of your life. And I love that it actually kind of like goes together with this King of Fire here so beautifully, because even though there is a lot that is happening like behind the veil on an energetic level, and the universe is like working things out for you, I also feel that there is so much of this like resilience and power within you that helps you kind of deal with these like unexpected situations and things, and kind of take them in stride and just like keep moving forward. Just work things out for yourself, make sense of things for yourself, and as I said, just like progress towards like really, really good things that truly make you happy. So I feel like you are kind of like solidifying your future, your purpose in a way. And it's really great to see that you're doing that. And I feel like you are super, super powerful. Yeah, I feel like whatever kind of the curveballs life throws at you in the month of August, I feel like you are just going to be able to handle them really, really well. And it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be terrific, actually. So yeah, I would not be worried about the month of August at all, and just kind of take it as an adventure, honestly, because like no matter what happens, you'll be able to kind of work out a way to get out of that situation, or to solve a situation. And again, I feel like there is like probably going to be a really sweet surprise when it comes to your relationships too. Again, whether it's romantic or whether it's simply like on a friend level, on a family member level, however this resonates. But it feels like it's going to be a really good month for you, actually. And again, one that kind of starts something big, something that like, you know, it starts something in motion, some sort of bigger change for you. So yeah, wow, what a magical month this is going to be for you. Even if it doesn't like necessarily all happen around you in the physical sense, I feel like things are starting to move along in pretty much all areas of your life. So really excited for you for the month of August, I have to say. And I hope that you are too. And I really hope that you weren't like stressed out about this, because you can handle it. I just want to, I want to keep saying that. But yeah, thank you so much, pile number 3, for watching this reading and hanging out with me. I hope that it was interesting and enjoyable for you to watch. And if it was, then you can leave me a comment down in the comment section or give me a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so that you wouldn't miss out on the future readings that we will be doing, and so that we could hang out again. But yeah, take care of yourselves, pile number 3, and I am wishing you guys all the best, and I'm wishing you a kick-ass August, okay? So I hope to see you very, very soon in my next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 4. I'm so glad that you are here, and I hope that you are having an amazing day or night or morning, whatever it is. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what your August is going to be like. Now, just a couple of things to remember. This is still a general reading, okay? So always, always, always use your discernment. And if anything comes through that doesn't feel like it's talking about you, or you don't want it to be talking about you, then you don't have to take those messages on board, okay? Because you always have free will and you are the master of your own life. I am simply the messenger, so yeah, ultimately you have all the power, okay? And if you are interested in getting a more personal reading with me, then you can do that by going into the description box and finding my Etsy store link and booking a reading with me there. So that's an option if you are interested. But yeah, let's see what August is going to be like for you guys. We're going to start off with 3 of these cards first, just to give us a general overview of the month, like what the month is generally going to be like. Okay, so we're starting off with the Magician. Oh, we also have Patience. Oh my God, you're kidding me. And then we have the Star. Okay, wow. You have all major arcana, so like none of the other piles has had that. let me just put that out there straight away. So I feel like whatever is going to be happening more specifically, and we'll see that when we look at the specific areas of your life, I feel like it's going to be a very big month for you. I almost feel like August is kind of going to be a pivotal month in the like the process or in the journey of making some of your like dreams or goals a reality. I feel like it's really going to play an important role in that. I almost want to say you should keep doing what you're doing, because I don't know like what you have been doing, and I don't know what you're planning on doing, but it feels like what August is going to be like is like a continuation of like your relationship with the universe, with the law of attraction, with the divine, because I'm kind of getting the sense that like what is going to be happening is this like collaboration between you, your efforts, your will, your expression, and the universe, and like the energetic realm, your spirit guides or your higher self or whoever you believe in. And it's going to be this beautiful collaboration between you two, where like your skills on the physical realm are coming together with like the infinite possibilities and capabilities of the universe. So yeah, it almost feels like this beautiful, like I just saw like a cogwheel, or is that what it's called? You know, like a cog in a bigger machine. It feels like everything is working like clockwork. And it's kind of all like going according to plan. It's all working together beautifully and smoothly. Again, I don't necessarily get the feeling that August is going to be like, you know, a hugely, how should I say it? I don't feel like August is going to show a lot of like results just yet. I feel like you're not going to be seeing a lot of physical things manifesting in front of you. There is definitely going to be some, But I feel like generally it's not going to, like, you're not going to be seeing all of the results of your work just yet. So it feels like August is going to be a monumental month, and as I said, a very, very important month in like taking you closer to your dreams, to your goal that you're working towards. But again, I feel like it's kind of like things are being woven right now. You are helping to weave them, but it's still kind of in the process of being made. So it's kind of funny, but that's like officially now, it's like the common theme throughout all of the piles, that like August is a month of like preparing things. August is a month of like working towards things, like in different piles. It has been on different levels. For you, it definitely feels more physical. Like I feel like you should keep doing what you're doing. I don't know why I feel like I want to keep saying that, but it feels like you have a fairly good grip on what it is that you are working towards, and it's like you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. So I feel like you should just keep like following it, keeping the machine working, right? Like with the clock thing. But yeah, it feels like August is just a really, like, it's a very important piece on the journey, but it's not like this super duper fast paced, or you know, like things are not necessarily coming to fruition just yet. So yeah, and that's why I feel like this patience card is here as well, because again, it's like it's all happening, but it's not happening quite as you would maybe like it to or expect it to, because let's be honest, we are physical beings, so we tend to want to have that physical reassurance that what we're doing is actually meaningful, that it's actually worth something. But yeah, there has to be like belief that what it is that you are doing is actually meaningful, and it is actually moving you closer and closer to your destination. So let's see what is going to be actually happening in your like specific areas of life, because this is very promising. This is really, really cool. So let's see. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. We're starting off with work and finances. Okay, we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Okay, next let's look at your relationships. Ooh, we have the Devil in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse. You're getting quite a lot of major arcana. And finally, when it comes to you, we have Strength and the Page of Wands. Yeah, you are definitely getting quite a lot of major arcana. So it's just further confirmation that August is going to be a very important month for you, and very important month for whatever it is that you are working towards. Okay, so let's start off with your work and finances, right? So we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So for the Two of Cups, I don't know why, but I just get the sense that like this is talking about like you and your higher self. Again, it feels like it's mirroring back this beautiful collaboration that you have with spirit, or again with your spiritual team, or with your higher self, with God, whoever you resonate with. It feels like there is this beautiful like symbiosis, or like you work together so perfectly, and that there aren't any distractions here. So that's kind of like the main energy that I'm getting here. But like talking more realistically, more on a physical level, this Two of Cups could also be just talking about like how whatever it is that you do for work or for a living is just like, it's all working kind of smoothly. It's all, you know, it's all progressing in a very natural and kind of smooth flow. For some of you, I don't know why, but I'm getting that for some of you, like you could be an entrepreneur, you could have your own business. So it's almost like I feel like that's why this message of like you working together with your higher self, or you working together with the divine, is like coming through so strongly. It's because it's like you know exactly what you're doing, and again why you're doing it, and so it feels like things are just kind of flowing and progressing in a steady manner. But for those of you, if you are not self-employed, if you have like a kind of a regular job, then I feel like this is just talking about, again, that things are kind of in harmony. And I feel like August is going to be a month where things just like kind of work out. And I don't know why, normally I don't see the Ace of Wands as a distraction, but for some reason I feel that this is talking about a distraction. So I feel like regardless of like what kind of situation you are dealing with when it comes to your work or your career or your studies, it feels like you kind of have everything in place, or you are kind of in a steady spot. So it's like you're not really interested in like outside external things. You're not distracted by anything else. It feels like you have your eyes very much set on this thing, on this vision, this ultimate vision that you see for yourself. So yeah, it feels like you're very dedicated as well, I want to say. Again, like whatever this is that you are working towards, it feels like it is very closely tied to again, either your career or whatever you do to like express yourself, whatever your calling is. I feel like that's what your main focus is on, especially in the month of August. It feels like you are very much dedicated to that thing and to like making things work, to making things progress. And that kind of like takes me smoothly into the relationships area here, because we have the Devil in reverse and we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So the one thing that I do kind of want you to be mindful of is that it's great that you are doing so well and that you are so dedicated and you know that you're working so diligently on something. But I do feel inclined to say that your relationships could be taking a hit because of it. Or it's almost like with this Devil in reverse, I feel that like what Spirit wants to kind of like, I don't know whether warn is the right word, but kind of like warn you about is that you could be so kind of consumed by what it is that you're working towards that like your relationships are kind of left unattended, or you know that you're so enveloped in your career or your work or your business or whatever that that you're kind of forgetting about the people in your life, or the relationship, the human interaction part of life. And I mean, it's like, it makes sense, right? If you are trying to achieve something, it's like you can't possibly give 100% of yourself to every single thing in your life. But I just feel like what is being brought up or emphasized for you in this section for the month of August is just like kind of reminding you of the fact, reminding you of the relationships, and that you wouldn't like completely forget about them. So even if it's like little check-ins with the people that you care about, with your family, with your friends, or with your significant other, then I feel like those are going to be very much worth it. It's going to kind of help keep things in a steady place with your relationships too. And it might help prevent like your loved ones or your close ones feeling like, you know, like they're kind of being forgotten about, you know. So it's just something for you to consider. But honestly, yeah, I just kind of feel like you're kind of going to have to put in the effort to like keep the relationships as like an active part of your life, because again, it does feel like whatever it is that you're doing, you are so kind of infused in it, so that again, as I said, I feel like any kind of distractions are not really getting through to you right now. And I feel like you could be seeing some of your relationships, again, they don't have to be romantic or anything like that, but I feel like some of the relationships in your life, you could be seeing them as distractions in the month of August. So I just feel like the main focus is going to be on your work or your studies or your career, or your business, and like the relationships are just not going to be that big of a part of your attention, of your focus in the month of August. But again, we're just talking about 1 month, right? So I feel like it's just a temporary thing. But yeah, it's just something to be mindful of, because with this Page of Cups in reverse, I'm kind of getting the sense that there could be someone or some people who are maybe having a bit of a hard time with like not feeling like a priority, or not feeling like you have time for them, right? Because you're so busy with this. So some people could be kind of like taking offense, or they could be taking it kind of personally. So yeah, that's just something to be mindful of. But again, it's completely up to you how you want to deal with these messages and what you want to do with them. But it's just kind of giving you a bit of a heads up. But I love these last two cards here. Seriously, we have Strength and Page of Wands when it comes to like your overall state of being. And again, it just feels like you are so in control of things. It feels like you know what it is that you're doing. And you're so excited. I feel like you're really excited about what it is that you're doing, and you're excited about the future and what you can achieve, and what you could ultimately kind of create in your life. Again, with the Strength, I feel like you're kind of so balanced. You're so, again, it's like you are working beautifully in harmony with your higher self, and like there is this beautiful collaboration. Again, I love that both of those the same message is coming through from both of those cards here. I feel that there is this beautiful collaboration with your higher self and your lower self, so to say. So it's like, again, you're in tune with like the divine aspect. You know what it is that you're doing, and you're just like, it feels like you're kind of all in. It feels like you're all in, and you're able to see like the bigger picture. You're able to see the bigger vision of what it is that you're doing, why you are doing it, and where it could ultimately take you. So yeah, I don't know. It all feels so like in control, so put together. So I really love seeing this for you, pile number 4. I really, really do. And again, I feel like August is a month that is going to like help you it's going to help you take you closer to your goal, to your dream. It's going to take you along this journey that you're on. It's going to take you further. I really like this. It's like very mature energy as well. I can kind of feel that a lot of work has been put in to like yourself, and I feel like you've worked a lot on yourself to kind of reach this place, to have this wisdom, to have this beautiful connection that you have with the divine, and to kind of live in your purpose, because I feel like you're doing that. I feel like you are living in your purpose. Yeah. I really, really love this. Honestly, I feel like August is going to be a very, like, I'm going to say profitable month for you, even though, again, I feel like there aren't actually going to be like too many physical things manifesting just yet. But I feel like it's profitable in the sense that it's going to, again, it's a very important part that is going to take you to that place where you can finally like see the results of your labor and really enjoy them. So very important month, but just again, be mindful of your relationships. And especially if you don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings or make them feel like they have been neglected or forgotten about, then yeah, you may want to consider like putting some time aside so you wouldn't completely forget about the people in your life. Okay, let's see what last kind of oracle messages we have for you. Any last important things that you really need to know about August. So let's see. Oh my goodness, we have the perfect key and it's number 29. So it reduces down to 11, which is a master number, very, very important number. And it's also a soul journey, soul path number. So again, the perfect key card to me is saying, like, you're doing it. You know exactly what you want to do. You know exactly what the right thing is for you. And I love that it also has a heart in this cage. And it's like, you know what is going to open the door up to your heart, like what this thing is, what the solution or what the core of your being is. So again, this is like the most perfect card that you could have possibly gotten, because it's just saying that, you know, you're doing it. You're doing it and you know exactly what it is that you want and you are doing it. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. Okay. We have Brahma. I'm going to get all the cards out and then we're going to talk about them. Oh my goodness. And you have another 11. This is crazy. We have Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. Wow. Yeah, you are definitely doing that. Yeah, definitely doing that. Okay. Wow. We also have Dragonfly Emergence. And we have Pleasure. Okay, I'm going to actually put this over here. I'm going to put this over here. Wow. This is crazy. And let's see what the last cards are. Oh yeah, of course. We have Great Fortune. You have the best card in Kippa. You have the best card in this deck. And we have Mice. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so again, especially with this Brahma here as well, I feel like you are literally bringing to life, you are creating your ultimate dream. You are doing it. Again, I feel like so many of these cards are just giving you further confirmation that whatever it is that you are doing, you are on the right path and that you should keep doing it. And like, you should keep focusing on your work, on your craft, on your expression, whatever it is for you, because it is the right thing. And I feel like with the pleasure and this emergence, again, I feel like you are going to be seeing the fruits of your labor, but I feel like it's going to be like, again, it's not going to probably happen in August. You may see like little tidbits. You may see something that kind of like gives you little bits of reassurance, but I feel like the kind of the big thing, the ultimate thing is still kind of on its way, or it's still being worked towards. So I kind of feel like saying with the pleasure card here, it's kind of a twofold message. First, I want to say like enjoy the process. I feel like it's really important that like, of course, whenever we work towards something, you know, we are doing it because we want to see the result, right? We want to actually attain this thing that we're working towards. But I feel like a very important part of it is like not forgetting to enjoy the process too, because that is ultimately the thing that may give us more pleasure, more enjoyment than the actual thing itself. And also with this pleasure, again, I feel inclined to say that like don't forget about just enjoying life. And because generally other people, like intimate relationships, friendships, our closest people, our loved ones, are a very important part of our life's meaning, right? It's what makes life pleasurable. It's what makes life enjoyable, right? To be able to share that experience, to be able to share life with someone else or with other people. So again, I feel that this pleasure element is also talking about that. Again, just a little reminder for you, so you wouldn't get completely sucked into all of this work that you're doing, and you would allow yourself some kind of time off as well. Because With the mice card here again, I feel like it's just something that you could avoid. The mice card usually talks about like something kind of slowly deteriorating, something slowly lessening or gradually like diminishing. And I feel like, again, because this is really the only area that seems to be kind of taking a hit, or seems to be kind of like maybe being left aside a bit. So I feel like you could easily avoid having some sort of like emotional rifts with people, or hurting someone's feelings, or getting into like just an unpleasant situation, or an annoying situation with someone, simply by like paying attention to them and acknowledging them and maybe reaching out to them. Keeping your relationships alive and healthy pretty much is what it is saying. I feel like it's something that you could really easily avoid. So yeah, this is, again, it's just something for you to consider, so that you wouldn't have to deal with any like annoying, bothersome situations later down the road. So yeah, and I mean, like with great fortune, like what else is there to say? I feel like, again, it's you're working towards ultimate success. You're working towards really great things, and I feel like Lady Fortuna is really smiling down upon you, because you are so much in alignment, because you are doing exactly what you feel like doing. And I really, really love seeing that. I mean, even if you at times feel like uncertain of yourself, or even if at times you may question some things, again, I feel like having faith and knowing that even if you don't always see like instant results or instant rewards to what it is that you're working towards, it doesn't mean that you're doing the wrong thing. So yeah, it's going to be a balancing act of like working and putting actual physical action into something, and having faith that the results are going to be coming out. They are going to be emerging somewhere down the line. So wow, this was such a beautiful reading, pile number 4. Seriously, I feel like August is going to be an absolutely amazing month for you. And if you just keep doing what you're doing, and if you keep working steadily towards your goals, towards your visions, then I feel like you are going to be so incredibly happy, and you're going to be so incredibly rewarded at the end of this. So yeah, I'm going to leave you here, pile number 4. I really enjoyed your reading. This was such a cool reading, and I really love the energy, because it just feels so kind of, again, so easy and so in flow, and everything is just working exactly as it should. Just don't forget about other people, okay? Don't forget about your relationships is the only thing that I want to say. But everything else seems like it is absolutely golden. So yeah, you should be really proud of yourselves, pile number 4. And I truly hope that you are going to enjoy your August. But yeah, that's all I have for you right now. So thank you for hanging out with me. And if you enjoyed it, I would love it if you let me know by leaving me a comment or by giving me a thumbs up. You could also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. I would love to hang out with you in the future as well. And yeah, as always, take care of yourselves. And in the meantime, I am wishing you guys all the best. I hope to see you very, very soon in my next reading. Bye-bye.